Hello and welcome to today's stream. Today we will be playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. To make up for the fact that last week when I first tried streaming this, there were some issues that made it so that I had to take the video down. I'm going to go and do a longer stream this week. So, let's... Oh, I need to adjust my volume so I'm not making myself deaf. But, let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm gonna play the main story. I'm not particularly looking for anything overly difficult, so I'm actually going to go and customize this. Let's see. I didn't look at automatic leveling the first time, but I'm going to take a look at it this time. So I'm actually going to set this for companion. Because this way I won't have to worry about always figuring out everything, even if they end up developing in a way that doesn't cohesively work with my play style. It'll give it some more unique feeling to me rather than micromanaging all of them. I'm going to go ahead and allow retraining so that I can retrain my character later on in the story. I'm not going to turn on encumbrance speed because that's light pain. Let's see. I'll leave that on normal difficulty. That reminds me. Critical hits will return to normal. Dead companions rise after combat. Kingdom management. Just normal and auto. Let's leave that as normal for now. I believe I can go back and edit the difficulty again later. I'm not going to do either that. I'm not going to do the last Aslanti mode, and I'm not going to do the immersive mode. I considered the immersive mode, but that'd be for a future time. So let's get to the actual character creation. Last time I had made a gnome or halfling that I was playing as, but I just didn't quite end up enjoying it. So this time, actually, let's go in here real quick and double check what we have for our races and what they give. Heritage. That gives me less information than I would like. Let's see if I can quickly go and find out what our choices for heritage are. Okay, so Angelkin would provide a bonus to strength and charisma, and a +2 racial bonus to lore and use magic device checks. I can also use lesser restoration spell once per day. Emberkin would give me a +2 to intelligence and charisma, and a +2 bonus on lore and knowledge arcana checks. And I can use burning arc spell once per day. The Idlekin will give me a +2 bonus to constitution and charisma, a racial bonus on lore, nature, and perception checks, and can use summon nature's allies 3 spell once per day. Lawbringer gives me +2 to constitution and wisdom, +2 to persuasion and perception, and I can use hold spell once per day, or hold person spell once per day. Muse Touched will give me a +2 to dexterity and charisma, a +2 to persuasion and mobility, and can use the glitter dust spell once per day. And the plume kith will give me a +2 bonus to dexterity and wisdom, and a +2 racial bonus on mobility, athletics, and I can use the invisibility spell once per day. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and go with that. So let's see, what do we have as far as our racial appearances go? So this is a ASMR as far as I can tell just from the crown. This seems to be our other ASMR. Looks quite interesting. I like it. Let's navigate back here. Let's see, how close can I get to that, and how close do I care about getting to it? With that, body type. You know what? I'm not sure whether I want to go with skinny, kind of leanly built monk, or a larger kind of sturdyish and bulky monk. Oh. I didn't realize that I can adjust my primary colors. How wonderful to know. Gonna make him left-handed, and let's check out our hairstyles. Well, let's go with that. And beards. I kind of like that, but I think I'm gonna have him be clean-shaven. What about maybe darker? Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So we've got a nice yellow as our secondary color and a nice dark blue as our primary color. Let's make the hair more of a silvery-ish blonde. So I think that's good. For heritage, we're gonna go and choose the plumekin. Chose the monk. Everything looks fine there. I didn't accidentally choose something else. Now we're gonna go to skills. I'm gonna go, not athletics. I'm gonna go and choose mobility, stealth, and I have one more. So let's. I believe I'm gonna go and put that last one in perception. And then for stat distribution, I'm gonna go and put a bunch into intelligence or not intelligence, but dexterity and wisdom because I'm a monk. And then I'm going to go and put some evenly amongst those. So we have 10 strength, 18 dexterity, 13 constitution, 11 intelligence, 18 wisdom, and 11 charisma. Actually, I think I might... You know what? I'm gonna backtrack on that. I'm gonna go and put 12 into intelligence and leave charisma at 10. Oh wait, you're saying that I still have one more thing to distribute for points. Oh, that's right. Doesn't intelligence give me an additional skill point per level? Yeah, okay. So, that gave me a point I can put into persuasion. So even though I have less charisma, I'm still kind of persuasive. Abilities. For our start, we're gonna actually choose dodge to increase our AC even further. And then we're going to choose Crane Style to increase our AC further yet again. We are going to name our wonderful monk Omen.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
Let's not go with that. I don't remember what voice I went with last time.
I'm not touching that. March, march. All I do is march.
I think I went with Grumpy last time, but I'm going to check the others again.
I'll need to review this spell later.
Time's not waiting.
I am superior!
My skills exceed yours.
Let us be off.
Strike as one.
Someone else would make better use of this.
My wounds pile on. None shall escape!
You know what? I feel like playing an aggressive monk. So we're going to go with Lawful Evil. We're going to go ahead and set to the 13th day of the 12th month for our character's birthday.
I am superior!
Okay, I love that his voice went and triggered as I was continuing on to the next thing. So, this is what our character sheet looks like as we're starting off. Now, we have a wonderful starting AC of 19. It'll hopefully make me harder to hit than I was as a gnome. And then, as a ASMR, we have a wonderful bit of initial resistance to acid, cold, and electricity damage, as well as the ability to make a halo to give us some resistances to becoming blinded and dazed. So, we have a +1 to our base attack bonus. We have monk weapon. Let's continue on and getting into the game. Building a kingdom is a serious task. Make sure you visit your capital at least once each month. Good to keep that in mind, but I don't remember how far away actually managing the kingdom is.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
I didn't like you last time, and seeing you just sneaking around in the background and the little loading thing makes me still not like you.
Where are they? This is taking forever. You didn't even say what this was for. Just at the Aldori, we're looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the stolen lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder. Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the stolen lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the stolen lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
What do we go with for an option? Let's start going. If I remember right, until I hit the last one, it will let me keep going through all of them. So let's start with the first one. There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's
I will,
title?
of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
I'll accept anybody except you, Tartusio.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
Yep, even Harim is still a better choice than Tartusio, in my opinion.
If I may please answer the question. We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
Why not just recognize the Stag Lord as Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
I just noticed how the O in the Omen name over here looks, and I really love the look of that.
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
You're helping us found a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
Those seem like some pretty specific things to be pointing out. Also, Tartusio, I'm starting to think that my fist is probably about the size of your head, and I really want you to be quiet.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Also, yes, I do have a bias against Tartusio, and that is from past exposure to Tartusio. This is not my first time playing it, but I didn't get very far the last time I played this.
What reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Sorry for the pause, but I was just thinking, is a baron a leader of a country? If they had said county or something similar, I could understand that, but maybe it's just my lack of knowledge for the different uses of the word country. When I think of countries, I think of them being led by kings and emperors, or at least something like a duke. But
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
I can't think of a baron being a high enough title to kind of rule a country. If I remember right, a baron is either the very lowest level of noble title, or it is second from being lowest title. Also, Amiri's words hit me too hard because I already know I'm going to end up hungry at this stream. It's just a matter of when and how.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Now you're talking.
Let's finish this off. It's clear as day.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Rostov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
I think the flare in my eye is a genetic condition and not anything relating to courage.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
I'm Omen. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about. And
I'm no
what
hero,
are you
just...
a mercenary for? Is it only riches? Or maybe you want glory, too? Don't you want your feats to be remembered and glorified for centuries? Just listen.
I went and clicked on that a bit too hastily. I didn't read the line before clicking.
You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly? And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Not a bad plan. It's settled then. I'll accomplish the feats and you'll write them down.
Deal. All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
The first step on the road to glory. My quill takes its first sip from the ink. Can I read that over here? No, it's not going to let me read that over here. Okay, fine. Let's go talk with Ethel until... What game is Jamandi playing? I'm not used to feeling like a pawn. Luckily, I can read that down over here in the corner. Tartuccio. Tomorrow our glorious journey begins. Are you ready? I hope so. I don't need layabouts on my team. Well, I don't need you on my team either, so I hope you find some very interesting folk to follow you. Finally, the idle talk's over. Can't wait to set out. The expedition is surely doomed. Always need folk like you. Keeps us on our toes and usually keeps us from dying due to, you know, being the ones who are most afraid of dying. The Mondi Aldori. Get some rest before the road. You've a difficult journey before you. Vestingaris? I'll double the guard for the night, just as a precaution. Precaution against what, I would like to ask? But off we go. Oops. Almost ran past Casey. Northern architecture is beautiful, but very heavy. In my native land of Kadira, palaces are furnished quite differently. I know I'm probably... The end times are nigh. I know I'm probably saying some things incorrectly, but I'm going to try not to do that too frequently.
Help! Help!
What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
Yes. Specifically time screen. Exactly time screen? Not going anywheres. Not until I go and pummel you first, but let's go and read over the tutorial real quick. So, general combat happens in real time, but you can pause the game at any time to assess the situation and give orders to your companions. To pause or unpause the game, press space, click on an opponent in order to attack them. To switch between turn-based and real-time modes, use game setting. I have already turned this to turn-based unless the games decide to go and set it back to real-time mode. I prefer turn-based. It lets me kind of do some more things and it keeps it more with the kind of TTRPG style that I'm used to with Pathfinder. So, dice rolls. Most of the game's mechanics are based on the Pathfinder role-playing game system and use dice rolls to determine the results of actions. The most common die has 20 sides and is used for both checks and attacks. Initiative. When a battle starts, each combatant makes an initiative check. The higher their initiative, the earlier the character can act. Initiative scores can be viewed in the combat log. Combat is divided into rounds, with each round lasting 6 seconds. Attack roll. An attack is a character's attempt to strike an opponent. The result of an attack roll depends on many factors. Wielded weapons, the combatant's abilities, etc. An attack will succeed if the result of an attack roll equals or exceeds the target's armor class. Damage. The amount of damage dealt in the case of a successful attack depends on the weapon's stats and other factors, such as buff spells. Attack rolls, results, and damage numbers can be found in the combat log. Armor class. The higher a character's armor class, the more difficult it is to successfully attack them. Combines many factors such as equipment stats, dexterity bonus, passive abilities, etc. Turn-based mode. In turn-based combat, characters act in turns. The order of turns is determined by the initiative check and depends on the character's corresponding ability score. A character can take some actions during their turn and then the turn of the next character and the initiative quo starts. Initiative quo. The order of turns is based on the initiative check at the beginning of the combat. The higher the initiative of a character, the lower they are displayed in the quo on the screen and the earlier they act. You can delay your character's turn until a more convenient moment. To do this, select the character whose turn you want to delay in the quo. Such actions in the initiative quo are irreversible and the new initiative score is saved for the character until the end of the combat. However, you can still delay the character's turn again. During their turn, characters can take a single standard action, a single move action, and a single swift action, and an unlimited number of free actions. All these actions together take 6 seconds of the real time. Most often, a move action is used for movement or drinking a potion, a standard action for attack, spellcasting, or additional movement, and a swift action for activating special class abilities. Other combinations are also possible. There are also so-called full round actions, which consume both your standard and move actions. By default, the system chooses an optimum combination of action types to perform your command. You can change this combination using right mouse click. Surprise round. If you initiate combat with an opponent who's unaware of your presence, your party gets an advantage of a surprise round. During this round, your characters can take a limited number of actions while the opponent cannot act. Move action. As a move action, a character can move the distance allowed by their speed or drink a potion. Move action can also be used to change the character's active weapon set. During a surprise round, your characters cannot perform a move action. Standard action. A standard action is used for most combat activities, such as attacks, activation of magical items, or spellcasting. You can also spend a standard action as a move action. Full round action. This is a long action which consumes both a standard and a move action of a character in this round. They still can take swift and free actions. It can be used to move a double distance. It can also be used to make so-called full attack. If a character can make more than one attack per round, taking a full round action allows them to make all of the attacks. Some character abilities, for example charge, and spells such as summon monster, also consume a full round action. 5-foot step. Character can move 5 feet without triggering the enemy's attack of opportunity. A character cannot both take a 5-foot step and make a regular movement in the same round. Hold left shift to use the 5-foot step instead of a standard move action. Free and swift actions. These actions are used to activate character special abilities such as Smite Evil, Judgment, a touch attack after casting a spell, and many others. You can hold control to ignore enemies and other objects under the cursor. Precisely select a perfect position to move your character.
Yeah!
Well then, I was not expecting him to be higher in the initiative order, but this time I can go and punch you to my heart's content. Well now, I was expecting something more there, not just you to crumble under my mountainous fists. Loot. You can interact with various objects such as the bodies of dead opponents by clicking on them. Interactive objects are highlighted with a blue outline when you hover your mouse over them or when you hold tab. So the door in this. Assassins are already here. Follow me quickly. Lindsay's journal contains your current quests and tasks. When their status changes, you'll also see a notification on the main screen. To open Lindsay's journal, press J. Look, they're running. Get them. And what shall I do with this one? We'll finish him later. He won't get away. Yes, approach the monk. Hey now, there's a perfectly good ranged person over there to beat up. This one's mine. Oh, he crumbled just as well. See, that's what you get for not attacking the assassin while they were all the way over there.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
Lindsay, are you certain that we had to save him? Are you certain that we couldn't have, waited a couple moments longer to find out if it really would have been such a terrible and tragic loss to not have Tartuccio here?
Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
I'm almost 100% certain that that ring is stolen. But we have a door back over here that I am curious about what's in this room. Oh, we have a fallen adventurer. Ooh, a bloodstone. So we've got some money items right in here. We're gonna go ahead and do some quick looting about the area first. More money, and we have an incense, which is also an item that can be sold. And we can investigate this case. The Curse of Ancient Ilberia and an old map of Aveston. I might try and do a stream in the future that's just me reading the different lore books. I don't really know at this particular moment.
I won't be halted.
If you say so, my friend. But let's go through here, and it looks like we can go ahead and open up this little thing. Companions. There are several commands in your party now. To select a single character, select or click on their portrait or press a corresponding key, Alt +1 through 6. To select multiple characters at once and give them the same order, draw a frame around them while holding down the left mouse button. To select all characters, press backspace. And we have a copper ring and nothing else of particular note.
We do it my way.
Yes, Omen, you are the mountain in charge of this group, despite what Tartusio thinks. And if Tartusio wants to argue, I'm pretty sure Tartusio is light enough to be very, very aerodynamic when thrown.
Shall escape.
Okay, who's starting off? Oh, it's Tartusio starting off. And he can go and attack this bowman.
To me.
He actually went and did a decent amount of damage to the bowman. And we do another attack. Oh, so it will be the next round. Advanced combat. Spells. Lindsay and Tartusio are capable of casting spells. Use a spell. Click on its icon in the action panel or in the spells menu, and then on the target, your companion, or an enemy, depending on the desired effects. For clerics, druids, magi, paladins, rangers, and wizards, spells are prepared in advance and expended when cast. The characters must then rest before casting it again. Bards, inquisitors, and sorcerers can use their spells several times per day, but their spell repertoire is limited. Spells have various characteristics such as range, duration, school, etc. Review all the spells available to a character. Open their spellbook by pressing B. When a character acquires a new spell or ability, it automatically appears in the first free slot on their action panel. For spontaneous casters, it happens as soon as they get it. Casters who have to prepare their spells, it happens when they prepare it for the first time. If you remove a spell from your action panel, it won't appear there automatically again. Abilities. Most characters have usable abilities, which may be limited to a certain number of charges. To use an ability, click on the icon in the action panel or in the special abilities menu, and then on a target. You might target a companion or an enemy, depending on the desired effect. Some abilities do not require targeting or can be switched on and off. Attack of opportunity. Some actions performed close up to an armed opponent can provoke an additional attack upon your character without waiting for the opponent's turn. Such actions include, among other things, casting spells, attempting to move away from an opponent, except for the 5-foot step in turn-based mode, standing up from prone, and shooting ranged weapons. Tactical mode. Slow down the time and better control the course of battle. Hold shift space when the game is paused. Ow. That not only hit me, but it managed to take out half of my health. Yeah, Omen's having none of that. Oi now. You don't need
Serves
to
you right.
be targeting the guy that's missing half his health. Also, good job, Lindsay.
You deserved it.
Yes, go ahead and target Tartuccio. I don't care about Tartuccio.
Time to get my hands dirty again.
Really, Tartuccio? He
Out of
seemed
my
like
way.
a pretty easy person to hit there. And thinking about abilities, I want to go and double check. Adjust this? Oh, I can activate AI, huh? Let's go ahead and...
Spell's not working like that.
Really now. Well, I can still manage to melee him. And let's see how much Lindsay can do to him.
Last wishes?
Oh, everybody's going and missing. Tried to shoot Omen point blank, and Omen was having none of that. Turned him straight into a blood splatter. Health and death. Each character has a certain number of hit points. When a character's HP value drops to 0, they lose consciousness. After combat is over, the character will get up and can be controlled again. A character's HP value can drop into negative numbers. A character can survive some negative hit points, but if the amount becomes equal to their constitution score, the character dies. To resurrect them, you will need a special spell. To restore lost hit points, you can use healing spells, potions, or rest. Healing potions can be bought from merchants or obtained as trophies after combat. Healing spells are accessible to the following classes: Bard, Druid, Cleric, Inquisitor, Paladin, and Ranger. Use expendable items such as scrolls, potions, and rods. Open a character's inventory and place them in the quick slots on their belt. Return to the menu screen and click the belt button on the action panel to access these items. Not use an expendable item on the inventory screen.
All this waiting bores me.
And let's... Okay, it says I can't use them from here, but I seem to be able to do so. Lindsay has
Anything is possible.
the Cure Wound spell, it says. So let's see, our spell book is... Which one of these? Oh, the thing that actually looks like a spell book. Okay, I guess I could learn it in the future, and I just simply can't use it right now. Unless... Oh. Doing the wrong thing.
Yes.
There we go, back up to full health, and now to
Everyone
check.
is mortal in this world, especially when I'm around.
Okay, I'm really enjoying choosing the aggressive option for Omen. And we have those two, but yes, there's a third body back here. And that gets us some potions. And unfortunately, there does not seem to be anything else to go through in that room, so let's progress further. Whoa, Lindsay, you are faster than I remember. Anything of note in this room? Yes, a treasure chest. And we will ignore the corpses. The corpses are not our current concern. In this room we have corpse to loot and a bookcase. Zia Inc. I'm almost certain I mispronounced that. Here we have a table of food and A cooking almanac of the inner sea. We'll get our food together. And I know that grabbing every little thing is going to end up making me overcumbered, but I don't particularly care at the moment.
It's the end for you rats!
Dare to attack me?
And what does our initiative for this battle look like? Oh, I'm right in here. Oh, darn.
Spell's not working like that.
Why am I always just outside where I need to be for a charge? So, fight Halo, fighting defensively. You know what? Let's go ahead and activate that for the moment because I'm gonna be running over here and I can probably use the additional AC to not die. And that poor fellow was reduced to a bloodstain. Oops, I went too far with that, so might as well go all in on the movement and get a better location. And
Leave this one to me.
we can go and get a spell attack in. Luckily, neither of the assassins had any interest in me.
Let hear you cry.
Everybody shall crumple under my fists. And a merry sword.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down. Blood for Gorum!
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such hero.
I thought we were getting along quite well. And off we go through the door. Or we can close the door. There they are, the assassins. This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I'm afraid I can't offer you the same currency. Hey, you ugly mug, get them. Just run over your own teammate. That happened the last time I played through. I'm almost certain that the last... That's a bunch of damage. I'm almost certain the last time I played through this, we didn't have him going and stomping on his teammate. Not that I'm going to complain. And we have club, armor, and another potion. Get everybody selected and about. What do we have over here? I have a spear. If I remember right, isn't... I'm on the wrong... If I remember right, isn't a spear a monk weapon? Or do I... Monk proficiency. Thank you for that useful help. Okay, is it back in here? The bonus on a... Okay, monk proficiency. The club, crossbow, light or heavy, dagger, hand axe, javelin, kama, nunchaku, quarterstaff, sai, short sword, short spear, shuriken, sangham? Is that how you say that? Sangham? Sling, spear, and any weapon with the monk special weapon quality. Monks are not proficient with any armor or shield. So I can go and choose for my weapon set 2 to have a spear. Oh, and I see my encumbrance here, and we are actually heavily encumbered right now. We've got over the 161 pounds for heavy encumbrance. And wow, just 81 pounds is lightly encumbered. Guess most of the weight is coming from armors and such. Is this armor better than your current armor? No, no it is not. So, maybe it actually might be. Let's see. Okay, no, the dexterity bonus is not enough comparatively. So, I'll leave you with that. And you cannot equip any of the armors that we have so far. So I'm not particularly concerned about you. For a bard, so let's go ahead and give you some weapons in your secondary slot. And again, I do not remember taking 2,000 experience to level up, but oh well. Let's get everyone back close together. See the wonderful amount of damage that the giant did over there. Oi.
Do it my way.
Skill check. Sometimes interacting with an object requires a skill check. A successful check may be needed for a variety of tasks. Unlocking a door, opening a chest, disabling a trap, moving a heavy object, reading an inscription in an ancient language, etc. Different skills are used for different checks. If multiple characters are selected at once, the character with the highest skill bonus will perform the action. Some skill checks, like trap disarming, can be attempted multiple times. Other, like unlocking door or spotting hidden things, can only be retried after a character raises their skill rank. Some items and spells can give a character a bonus to a skill check, but applying this bonus doesn't give you a chance to retry a failed check. And we're gonna go and be dexterous.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
I'd like to say I can make an epic pose. Let's see about making an epic pose of punching this person into a blood mist. Nope, no blood mist. But maybe I made an epic pose while dodging that arrow, who knows.
Just die already!
Got a little bit of damage in on him.
This is where I step in.
Fortunately, we missed that time round. Your blade cannot hit me.
Out of my way!
And I cannot hit you either.
Time to get my hands dirty again.
Battered like an icicle.
Serves you right.
I'm glad I was there to be the target. I wasn't of much other use. More items make me, once again, even more encumbered.
Anything else?
We have found the
I won't
armory.
be halted.
We have... Ooh, we actually have a masterwork thing in here. Masterwork mace. And then we have a banded mail. Got more to loot. Breastplate. A key to something. A tower shield.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries? All things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
I might loot a lot of things, but I'm not going to loot the salaries.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
bit late to be trying to make that distinction, considering the fact that I'm pretty sure at least 50% of my inventory is stuff I've currently stolen.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
Stealing from a sword lord in her own mansion, she'd have our heads.
How would she know it was us and not the assassins? Unless someone planned on telling her.
I'm pretty sure you would plan on telling her.
Don't drag me into this. You do what you want, but I'm not taking a single coin.
And I will not take a single coin either, because I like my head attached to my body, and I don't trust Tartusio for a single second. Oh, and it's letting me know about encumbrance. Bit late for that.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jaethal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean, undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Okay, and gather everybody up. You'll encounter many traps on your adventure. When any of your characters approaches a trap, they will automatically make a perception skill check. On success, you will see the trap's location, and the game will automatically pause. Traps vary in effects as well as difficulty to detect. Having identified a trap, you can click on it to order one of the characters to make a trigger a skill check to disable it. On success, the trap will be disabled. On failure, it will remain in place. However, if the result of a skill roll is less than the trap's difficulty by 5 or more, the trap will go off as if the character had triggered it. All checks results can be found in the combat log. Now if we are to loot more of this place. And hey, our maximum encumbrance is now 470 pounds. We have nothing else in this room.
How curious.
Who's going to be the one to go and disarm the trap, I wonder? Lindsay.
It's just not my lucky day. Applause, please.
Yes.
I see something.
So, slowly but surely we will
Applause, please.
disarm the traps.
Would you look at that?
While you're disarming that trap,
My temper.
I'm gonna go investigate this
Anything
room.
else?
We have a chest. House shard, which I'm pretty certain I'm saying incorrectly, but maybe I'm saying it right.
Was called forth.
I'm almost certain that there's another trap up here, but maybe not. We have a poor fellow here. Oh yes, some scrolls. You found a scroll, a single-use item that allows you to use the spell that's written upon it. For a character to use it, that character must have the use magic device skill, or be of a class which could eventually learn to cast the spell. For convenience, it's best to place things like scrolls in a character's quick slots. And let's go through here. What are you dallying for? I'm telling you, Jamani's cash has to be here somewhere. Well, hurry up before... Stop, someone's coming.
I'm superior.
Oh. Let's
You deserved it.
go and aim at the fellow with the dagger, and that ended very poorly. I can't have Lindsay move back, unfortunately. Oi now. No stabbing the gnome bard. Okay, hitting me is fine. But you don't go stabbing the gnome bard. I need them to go and tell stories of my epicness. My epicness, like how I went and single-handedly took down a mighty assassin.
Out of my way!
Unworthy.
And then there was assistance to take down the second assassin. For I am but a single monk and cannot punch multiple people at the same time just yet. Let's
You have my attention.
go ahead and
No one stands in
open
my
these
way.
up since oops, I want to start heading that way. Ooh, there's treasure chests in here. Okay, I somehow missed that last time. But I already know that. No, I need to go and click
Share
on
your
their
will.
portrait. That's right. But I already know that there's a puzzle here. I don't remember how the statues move, so let's get that addressed real quick.
Let's move already.
Okay.
State your desire.
Almost all of them.
All this waiting bores me.
Request.
Okay, so we need to get
Speak.
there we go. Oh, wait a second.
I'm losing my temper.
That is not what opened up last time. There are 2 rooms. And while I did not steal the guard's salary, I'm not inclined to leave behind a large cache.
You have my attention.
Battles await.
Ask.
That got us all the
No
way back.
one stands in my way.
State your desire.
Let's move already.
Share your will.
There we go.
Request.
Now we have this room to loot. Ooh, a carved figurine.
You cannot stand against me.
Oh, there is indeed something in this other room. Unexpected. Here I am wondering what's going on, and there is, in fact, a creature in there. Well, hopefully Yaethel will be able to last just fine enough.
Wretched things.
Wow, that took
Despicable.
out over half its health. And off we go to run. You know, I think maybe punching an ooze would probably not be the best thing for my health. Okay, I should actually probably just go and stand still for everybody. Fortunately, there doesn't seem to be a speed up thing for, you know, just walking to the next place.
Advance.
Okay, the ooze has been defeated.
You have my attention.
And we have another map, some other random baubles. Ooh, some more stuff to sell. Okay, now I really am right on the verge of that maximum encumbrance. I'm really glad that I went and chose the game option to not be slowed down by encumbrance. Otherwise, I'm pretty certain we'd be moving at a snail's pace at this second.
Cut them to pieces!
We've got more friends to fight. And Tartuccio's leading the assault.
Leave this one to me.
Yes, very effective, Tartuccio.
Any last wishes?
The assassin has almost fallen. Oi, you're too close to the bard. So that's the furthest I can move, but past that would trigger an attack of opportunity.
Let's hear you
But-
cry.
Your goodness, I missed.
Unworthy.
That was unfortunate and unexpected. Oh, Casey is here now. Whoa! Seriously now, leave the bard be.
Just die already.
So, I don't know that I care if you hurt Tartuccio. How did I... Yeah, let's go and delay you to right there. And you. Let's go take care of that fellow there.
Wretched.
None too pleased about him attacking my bard. You're just out of
Despicable.
range.
This is where I step in.
I saw the air impact him and just, or that arrow impact him and just lightly fall like it was a little toy Nerf arrow. Casey is there to help by setting him on fire. And Tartuccio is there to completely and totally miss. And the monk punch.
Out of my way!
The monk can punch. And the monk can also miss.
Advance.
However, our undead companions come to reap their life.
Everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
You sound like a Hellshite. Am I right?
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends.
I don't think we've
I am
met.
Kayesi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive.
There are assassins on the prowl. We have to go.
I don't know where you're headed, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
Adventures call to them.
Let's go ahead and... This is my time. My soul. Oh, Grotus, take my soul.
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Aren't you being a bit premature? Look at yourself. You've barely got a scratch.
You're wrong. Who would know better than I the severity of my own wounds? I can feel the last drops of vital force leaving me.
With the act, stand and fight, or I'll really send you to your final round.
How rude, speaking to a dying man that way. Look, I can't even move. What? It can't be. But I'm gravely wounded. I can't even stand on my own 2 feet. Watch. It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Now our upper limit for weight is up to 645 pounds. Spell conversion. Clerics and druids can convert their spells spontaneously. A cleric of good alignment doesn't need to prepare healing spells. They can spend almost any prepared spell to cast a cure spell of the same level. In the same way, a cleric of the evil alignment doesn't need to prepare inflict spells. During character creation, clerics of neutral alignment can choose whether their converted spells cure or inflict. A druid can convert almost any prepared spell into summon nature's ally of the same level. Formations. Group formation is half of any victory. The formation system will help you hold the line in combat. Click this button to select one of the standard formations, or you can also create your own. Oh. This is automatically set formation. You know what? Let's go with that one.
We do it my way.
Oh, we have friends over there, so let's go make sure we're not missing anything over in this direction. Okay. Quick save before we go talk with Kest.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Do you need help putting out the fire?
No, we'll manage. I've got my best people here. Those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
Where's
You'll
the
have to
hall?
run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
You know, fire is not one of my many resistances.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
May Abadar keep you safe.
Yes, you might have hell's blood running through you. I do not. Oh dear goodness, this room does not look pleasant in the slightest. Illustrated book episodes. Some game events play out as illustrated book episodes. The decisions you make during these episodes can have a drastic impact on the development of the game's plot. As with dialogues, you will often need to make various skill checks during these episodes. Depending on the circumstances, sometimes you'll need to choose one of your party members to perform an action, and sometimes an action will automatically be performed by the character with the highest skill bonus. I am going to choose to cover our noses and mouths before we rush inside. It was a good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we'd come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. The hot air burned our lungs and our eyes watered from the smoke, but Omen led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartusio did nothing useful at all. We'd made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards. I chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty, but now, amid the smoke and flame, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She had a burned, barely living guard in arms. There are 2 more, she shouted as she passes. They are wounded. Help me pull them out. Tartusio grumbled something about how Jumanji was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Omen rushed to save the guards and failed my athletics check. Saving the poor fellows was harder than it seemed. We had inhaled a lot of smoke and burned ourselves more than once before managing to pull them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. Thank you, that was truly noble of you. And now let us rush to Lady Aldori's aid. Ensuring the guards were relatively safe, we made our way to the hall where the battle was already in full swing. One of your characters is fatigued. This is just one of the negative conditions that can affect you during the game. To notify you that characters under the effect of a condition, a symbol will appear near their portrait. To find out more about their character's condition, open the characters. River kingdoms are by no means a unified nation, but rather a constantly shifting group of city-states and fiefdoms, each at war with the others to... Oh. Reinforcements are already on the way. Say your prayers, scum.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Let's go and worry about taking care of the rift channelers where I can. Boy, now that hurts. I'm not gonna be able to reach him, so let's go hit this assassin. Or I can miss. Tartusio. Hit the rift channel.
To me.
I'm feeling very concerned for my health. Let's see, standard action channel. Burst heals all living creatures in a 30-foot radius, centered on a cleric. Amount of damage heals equal to 1d6 points of damage, plus 1d6 points of damage for every 2 cleric close beyond first. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and get everybody some health. And dear goodness, I only got a single point of health out of that. That's less than good for me. Let her head that way. Valerie, what do you have? Suppose charging will let you get there. No. Unfortunately.
Let us strike as one!
We can still move this way. Your goodness.
This is not the end.
Boy, now. Those sneak attacks are bloody freaking stupid.
Unworthy.
I really don't feel like I should have just gone down there. So now I get to just exist as a unconscious body for the time being. Oh, nice. It still lets me have my turn. Oh my goodness, there's a Hydra in there now. Show you better start being useful. I said start being useful, not be useless still. Can any of these help me right now? No, so the best choice is going to be to just try and take him out. That Hydra's make me highly nervous, especially considering that it is going and gain attacks of opportunity against the fellow in there.
Onwards!
Wow, even the Hydra's been vanquished. Okay, stop with the sneak attacks.
Wretched things.
I'm getting quite tired of them. Okay, I don't know what just happened with that last thing, but I really feel like I'm not happy that it happened.
This is where I step in.
Good, one of the channelers is down. I really wish it would have been Tartusio that went down and not me. But what can I do? You go focus on that channeler now. Grim, you also go focus on that channeler. And we got a sneak attack hitting me again, which I'm still very unhappy with them. We've got one person down. Got another one down. We still have our move action. Let's go move in by the bowman. Sphere spell, that's unpleasant. Oh, Mary's in here to help now. And we have one person going down already. That's nice. Let's focus the channeler. And we missed.
Can we retreat now? Out of my way!
Dear goodness, we're just missing left and right.
What a waste.
That finally hit, but he's still particularly resistant. And I can't control Valerie at the moment because they're feared, so they're going to use their action to go and try and move as far away from the assassin leader as they possibly can.
Unworthy.
Unfortunately, that bowman survived. Casting fear on the barbarian. Unfortunate. I really needed Mary's help. So, I am going to have to start focusing that leader. Well, there's one mirror image down.
This was not supposed to happen.
Artusio's down, but the assassin that attacked him also went down, luckily. Go and attack the bowman and make it so that at least we'll be gaining attacks of opportunities against him. Why now? Okay, Valerie can attack again. We're going to move you towards the assassin leader. Once again, attack.
Wretched things.
Let's move you over here. Okay. Raven Feeblement. luckily at this point, another mirror image being out. Luckily at this point, it's just the barrier being kept up. Doesn't seem like he's going to get an attack of opportunity, so I'm going to go and have him start on the other channeler.
Ow.
What? Why
Do
didn't
not falter!
Why didn't Jaethel get an attack of opportunity against that bowman? I'm confused.
Advance!
Okay, yep, all of them are down, so now we just have to focus the leader. And that arrow's bouncing off him like it does nothing. Grim, come on, let's go pick on the assassin leader.
Onward!
Let's see, what do we have here? Inflict light wounds, divine favor, judgment justice. Spurs the Inquisitor to seek justice, grant +1 sickness, attack rolls.
Onward.
Yeah, it's gonna. Oh, they've been reduced to a pile of blood. And we have some unidentified bracers. I am going to go ahead and equip the potentially dangerous to my health bracers. Bracers of +1 armor. Okay. And do we have anything else around here to loot? We potentially have the giant to loot. Also go check over here because we have a little magnifying glass, or let's see what this is. Large map of Brevoy and its surroundings. Dotted with numerous cryptic marks and notes. Let's talk with Mondi now.
I lead, you follow.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger, and that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
I don't know that Tartusio was a very good leader. Also, the two leaders chosen by Jumanji happen to be the two people that were knocked out in that last fight.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
I know I didn't trust Tartusio.
Yes. Such a gambit would be typical of Iroveti and his henchmen. And yet, it still seems suspicious. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand, he's got the eyes of a spy and the mug of a spy.
Thank you for your, I think, kind words, Amiri.
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
Sometimes your character has to make difficult decisions relying on their conscience or lack thereof. Such decisions impact your character's alignment, gradually shifting your character towards good or evil, lawful or chaotic. Some dialogue features special options that are only available to characters with certain alignments.
Considering the circumstances, that was more than reasonable.
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril, until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
It is insane when faced with death to stop and question whether you may be breaking some law or rule. Even more insane would be to ask forgiveness for making the right decision. Sorry, but your words display a lack of wisdom.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here? He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. He was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
Trying to save others is commendable, but Tartuccio's right. You were needed here more.
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but he behaved decently as a true leader.
A true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who were to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join his team. He seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
As for me, I know neither of these 2. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spine guts from the trees.
I'm glad that both Amiri and Lindsay have decided to side with me.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Leviton's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies.
Good at trading posts. I can sell some of the acquired items.
I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traders and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution. While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The Royal House of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless.
Good to know that I'm on a time limit.
And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
I'm kind of hoping that in the investigation, Kristen doesn't find out about the items I acquired from the stash. That could be potentially bad. Mary is a barbarian from the realm of the Mammoth Land. She's blunt, a little crude, and doesn't talk much about her past. Her heart's in the right place. Oh.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, stolen lands. Heroes are on the way.
This is the map of the stolen lands and their vicinity. To set out, click on one of the arrows near your party's token. You can learn the whereabouts of significant locations by talking to characters or happening upon them during your journey. After learning about a location, you must find the way there yourself. Along the way, random encounters await. You may be attacked by monsters or you may meet new acquaintances. After exiting the location of a random encounter, you will not be able to return there. So we are all pretty low on health, but I'm going to go ahead and save the game here, and we're going to call this stream to a end with the finishing of that part. Thank you to everyone who showed up to the stream. Hopefully it was an enjoyable stream. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like. If you enjoy the content I make, please subscribe to the channel. I hope everyone has a great day, and once again, thank you very much for showing up to the stream.